Alrighty, hello, and welcome. It's LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, and today what I am going to do is continue to talk to you about creating amazing web pages using the Canva Pages platform. In particular, one of my favorite superpowers to share with you guys is QCQC, how to quickly create quality content, and that's what I want you to be able to do with yours truly. So we're going to talk about how you can, even without a web designer, without crazy tech skills, use Canva to create amazing pages, quality content for you and for your ideal customers and clients too. So I'm excited. Let's jump into our session for today with the agenda, okay? So here is what is going to happen in a nutshell. I am going to share a couple of things when it comes to basically putting together pages using the Canva.com platform. So you already know Canva is a graphics editing tool. It is amazing, rivaling the Adobe Photoshops of the world, right? And there's so many amazing things that you can do with Canva, including creating web pages. Now, I like to tell people that Canva pages are simple web pages where you can customize them, you can personalize them, you can add your brand colors, photos, and links, and even embed some pretty cool things too. But there are some other higher level things when it comes to building websites that you cannot do currently inside of Canva pages, right? So you can't use it to sell stuff, like you can't create a buy now actual button inside of Canva or have people sign up to your email list. But what you can do, especially if you don't have a web or graphics designer or you don't have a traditional website, what you can do is create these very clean professional web pages where you can link to external pages that you are taking advantage of right now, right? Interestingly enough, today I was just kind of searching through the internet streets, and there was somebody that I follow on Facebook, and I noticed that her website was down. I was like, oh, man, I want to see. You'd be snooping, folks. You'd be, like, checking their update stuff. I was like, I want to see. Her website is down. She was using Squarespace, right? And then I found her on Instagram. And I was like, let me try the Instagram link. The Instagram link actually connected to a Canva page. And so I absolutely love that because, number one, whether she did her Squarespace or somebody else did, if you're updating your website, you don't have one, you're waiting for somebody to update it for you, in the interim, it's so easy to be able to put together pages inside of Canva. Those of you who are here, say, hey, let me know who you are and where you are in this beautiful world today. Also, out of curiosity, let me know if you've ever worked on building pages inside of Canva, if you've done that before, or if this is something that is new to you, okay? Hey, Dee. Hey, Levon. Sherry is in the building. Hey, Tiffany. I see you. Carolina, too. I see y'all coming on in. Welcome, welcome. So we are today going to talk about, number one, how to customize Canva pages, the basics for beginners. Several of my private clients during clarity calls have said to me, LaShonda, I used one of your templates and I need to get better at customizing these Canva pages. So I'm going to break down the basics for you, number one. Number two, there are several projects that I have put together to help you get started with these pages. Profiles, posts, presentations, plus even more that we are going to explore. I'm actually going to give you a Canva page template that you can customize with me today. So hang tight, okay? Because I want to give you that template. You can plug it into your Canva and start creating amazing in 60 minutes or less. Yes! So being able to download your Canva page projects, definitely going to do that today. Mapping out basically the content that you're going to put on these pages, your photos, your text, your links, all the things, right? Being able to basically get a sense of what I call my plug and publish process, where you can basically take the best of your content, plug it into one of the Canva page templates that I've created for you, publish so that you are set up to share your solutions with the world. And of course, outside of what I share with you, I want you to be able to share your creations with me too. So in Canva, you also have at the top right a little button that says share so that you can email me, sistersense@gmail.com, share your creations with me, or share them in the group. Everybody here is in the Facebook group. If you're not, make sure you sign up over at firestarters.sistersense.com. If you are an OG in the group, reintroduce yourself. If you're a newbie, welcome, welcome. So I'm ready to get started. Hopefully you are too. Next, what I'm going to do is go into Canva page projects, right? So those of you who are here, just a quick check. Did you know that you could build websites in Canva? Yes or no? I'm just kind of curious. I'm just going to jump into the chat to see who's hanging out with me. Did you know that you could build websites in Canva? Okay? Whether you did or you didn't, because they are very clean, simple pages, you're probably not quite sure if you're just getting started what the possible kinds of pages you could produce. Okay? Number one, landing pages. So you want to be able to say, here, I have something very specific to share with you. Could be a freebie, could be a product, could be some sort of irresistible offer, and you want to send them to a landing page and talk about that one thing, okay? Number two, portfolio. If you are a coach, if you're a service professional, you want to be able to showcase your different creative work and or projects, creating together a very clean, simple portfolio page, number two. Number three, an about page. So several of you maybe, again, either you don't have a website or you want to create something that is separate from the site that you can easily update independent of a web designer. So being able to create an about page where you introduce yourself, your business, your brand. Number four, event pages, right? So the thing about having your main website page is that for a lot of people, because again, I'm a web and graphics designer. That's what I do all day, every day, right? When y'all don't hear from me, I'm quietly working on folks' pages, right? There are oftentimes projects that you want to do independent of your main website. An event page or a landing page are very common. So you may find outside of having that main website, over time, you start creating a bunch of mini sites to have sub-brands and sub-projects underneath the web main site. Anybody have that or need that? You need event pages, right, where you can showcase an upcoming event. You need a sales page where you can talk about a product and give people the description of that product, purchase options. You need blog pages where you can showcase articles or your expertise. Link pages, kind of like a link tree, where you have a central space to share different social media or website links. Those of you who are here, do you need any of these types of pages? And if so, make note of the ones that you need right now. I believe that nothing changes if nothing changes. And we can sit down and overthink and overspend and spin our wheels till the cows come home if we don't get clear about what we want to do from here moving forward. And I don't just want to share different types of Canva pages with you and your head is spinning and you're like, wow, overwhelmed. I want you to first strategically identify either pages that you need right now or pages that you have that need updating, that need zhuzhing, right? Maybe you need to go back to that page or create a new version, perhaps using the Canva platform, okay? So make sure that you open up a Google Doc. I always recommend going to docs, docs.google.com, creating a brain dump doc. So as we go through the training today, all your big ahas, light bulbs, you can put in there, okay? And you can get clear about what it is that you even want before I even show you what's possible, okay? You have me hooked on the docs. Google Docs is my best friend. Is my best friend. So, again, if you are interested, right, I'd love to know what got you excited about coming here and hanging out with me today. If you are interested in developing pages, can you identify from this list specific types of pages that you want to work on, okay? Feel free to pop those into the chat. And, of course, at any time, if you have any questions for me, you can always add those questions to the chat section or unmute yourself. Okay? All right, let's do it to it. Next thing that I want to do is break down some pages for you and actually show you the visuals that we're going to start to edit, okay? Now, I see you guys are jumping into the chat. I love that. A sales page and about page for a new business, okay? So you got to think about your main business, and then again, if you do have sub-brands underneath that bigger brand, what do those particular areas of your business need as far as visuals, okay? So good. We're going to definitely talk about some of these pages that you could potentially put together. So the first one here, I love to be able to use certain letters and then use that letter for everything. One of my favorite letters is P. Okay, you're going to be able to tell that today. I have been quietly working on PEP, Pretty Easy Pages, a new collection of Canva web pages. Okay. And there are many categories. This is just a little piece of the many categories inside of Pretty Easy Pages. We're going to talk about these a little bit more and explore which ones might work for you, and then I'm going to give you a page that you can edit to, okay? Now, the first one is a profile page. As a business owner, conference season is coming up. Back in the day, I used to be all about my my physical business cards, right? I used to use a company called Overnight Prints and do all my business cards. I know folks used to use Vistaprint. Vistaprint was like everybody's go-to. I don't know about you, but that used to be the bomb.com for a lot of folks. In this very, very, very internet digital heavy space, a lot of people are going for digital business cards and QR codes, so there's less that they need to actually physically tote around, okay? And let's be honest, a lot of us have a ton of business cards. Once we get them and we look at them like the first time, we never look at them again. They're not terribly expensive to buy, you know? But still, digital business cards and QR codes are very popular these days. So we're going to take a look at what you can potentially do, and then I'm going to share a template with you. Let me know anyway, those of you who are here, if you have any QR content or if you've been thinking about working on a digital business card. Again, if you're not familiar with any of these, I'm definitely going to share with you what they look like, okay? So let's mosey on over to, what is it called? Hey, Regina, welcome. Let's mosey on over to my Google Chrome. So this is my Pretty Easy Pages library in the making, okay? It's like a hub of the Canva web page templates that I've been working on. I've got halfway through my goal, which is I want to have the first 50 in here before the final quarter of the year, and then work my way up to the first 100. I have something called the Template Hub, and my Template Hub has over 100 templates in there. I want to have 100 templates in here. So I've got like halfway through 25 plus, and I'm working on the first 50. Now, as we go through these today, I'm just going to share 5 Ps with you, okay? So here is a good example. Let me hit demo of a clean digital business card that you can share with somebody. The link they can go to, and they can learn about you. You can put your address in there, your website information, your phone number, clean, simple, okay? Again, the goal with these is that everybody's got Canva, whether you have a free, and you can use these with free accounts or pro accounts, okay? That you have a means to be able to create the different creative pieces that you need without breaking the bank, right? Now, what I like is not only being able to put here your personal information, but also to be able to share your QR codes and links, because these are interactive. You can put your links in there. Here's another one that I've put together. These are all mobile friendly. And the one that I'm going to give you now that you can download, because there are different versions of this profile page. Here's the one that I'm going to give you now, okay? So y'all ready to write this down? I want you to write down. This is for my live ladies only, okay? I don't know how long I'm going to keep this link up. So if you listen on the replay side, don't be mad if the link is gone. But if you right now go to CDP CPT. Okay? I think that's what it is, but I'm going to double check. I'm going to double check. My brain is getting old, y'all. So sistersense.com/CD. No, not CD. CPDT. I'm going to write, you know what? Let me write it out because my old lady brain. So sistersense.com/CP for Canva pages, TD, template download. All right. CPTD. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yes. Okay. CPTD. And if you want to put it in the chat box for folks, you can do that. It basically stands for Canva Pages Template Download, and you can grab this one. Okay, I'm going to show you how to customize it, put your QR code in it, and go forth and create your amazing. And even some creative ways that you can use this. Okay, we're going to talk about all those things today, but first I want you to be able to grab it. Okay, if you get it, just drop into the chat box, got it. And the link again is sistersense.com, that's me, sistasense.com/CP for Canva Pages, TD template download. Okay? Did you get it yet? Let me know. That's one of the projects that we're going to talk about today, creating digital business cards and even integrating QR codes, okay? I see a couple of y'all saying got it, so that's good. That's good. Now, let me go through a few more of these, and then we're going to start to work on customizations, okay? Another one here is pages of pages. Pages of pages. Basically, it's like a link tree. A page where you have a list of links, like a link in bio page, or a digital storefront where some of those links maybe are links to your products, right? So just creating a clean, simple page that links to different important links for you, that's page style number 2 that we are going to talk about, okay? And like I said, at first I'm just going to jump in here and show you a few visuals. When we did our last training on Canva Pages, I gave you this template, this one, okay? And this template is a really good example of a page that links to other pages, right? Where you can showcase different freebies, you can showcase different sales pages, and have something central to share with your audience, as well as showcasing your social media links, okay? So this is an example of a page of pages. I think I did several versions of this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is one of my earlier versions of this one. Being able to showcase yourself and then highlight some key products that you offer to your audience, okay? So, presentations. We have been talking about several things this month, creating paid newsletters, creating videos, specifically mini courses and master classes, as well as using Canva, right? Specifically creating Canva web pages. So, how many of you have or plan to make videos within the next few weeks, if not within the next few months? And like I said, could be maybe you're doing a course, a mini course, or you want to do some sort of webinar training. One of the things that I want you to be able to do is to have a place to showcase that content, okay? Creating a page where people can go and watch your video content. There are a lot of platforms that you can potentially spend a lot of money, $50, $100, $200 a month to showcase your webinar replays. And literally, you could do this inside your Canva account, okay? So one of the templates that I'm going to share with you today is the mini courses template. not the mini course template, the mastermind template. Let's see here. I'm looking for the link to that. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, here we go. So using this template, you could basically embed your YouTube video, whether you want to embed it in a small version or a bigger version. And I'm going to show you how to delete and edit pages that you like. Call to action button, about the instructor, very clean page, okay? So that is another template that I'm going to talk about today. Those of you in the Sister Sense Circle monthly program, you got an email from me that said, hey, we're doing a training today. Here's the live, here's the replays. You literally got that email today, okay? If you were to click the link, those of you who are active Sister Sense Circle members, click the link in that email or log into the Digital Boss Academy, you can download that template to make your presentations into a video page, okay? So everybody gets, whether you're in the circle or not, you get the profile page template, number one. If you are in the circle, you get the presentation template, number two, okay? Two more that I'm going to share with you real quick, and then we're going to start to edit are this one here, pop-ups and posts. So I create pages like this a lot. Which one? Let me see. Three actually. These three here. Demo. You probably have seen me send you an email where I'm like, hey, I'm doing a pop-up, right? And you can watch the video, you can read some stuff, and then usually there'll be some buttons for you to call to action buttons, go download this, sign up to that, right? So very similar to presentation. It looks a different style, but similar to presentation, you have the ability to embed a video. And in this case, I use this template to embed YouTube videos, okay? Then we have the calendar. Some of you, probably like myself, have events that are happening, and you want to be able to share your upcoming events with people so they know what's going on, okay? So I want you to highlight, and in your notes or in a notebook, whatever makes sense to you, what upcoming events that you have on your calendar. Maybe you are doing a live stream. Maybe you are hosting a webinar. Maybe you're going to an in-person event. Conference season is coming up. Everybody's networking, going to different summits and conferences and things. What kind of calendar would you like to put together to share with your audience, okay? This is the plans page where you can share your plans and create a very simple, clean calendar for your audience. Every month, I'm like, okay, this is what's happening inside the Sister Sense Circle. You want to be able to have a space to clearly show with your people or to your people what is important. Now, one of the things that I've noticed, a lot of social media platforms, like say, for example, Instagram, you could post, but a lot of these platforms don't make it easy for you to have the links visible, right, to the things that you put together. So for that reason, I've put together the posts page so that you can share your latest articles. These could be things that are on your blog, Facebook, Instagram, but you have one central space to showcase that to your audience. And the thing about it is, for me, I wanted to create something that was user-friendly and mobile-friendly so that you can look at this on, I'm on my iPad, on your iPhone, on your laptop, and it adjusts according to whatever platform you are using, okay? So being able to create these types of pages is what we are going to talk about today. First, I wanted to share with you visually what they look like, number one. So that number two, we can talk about Canva pages for beginners and how you can get started. So the first template I said everybody go grab was the profile pages template. That's great for digital business cards and showcasing QR codes. So I'm going to head on over to Canva, and I've already made a copy of this page for myself, and I'm going to start to customize this, okay? Now, the first thing worth noting is the thing that always stands out for me with these pages is the color scheme, right? And so I want you to be able to come in here and change the colors however you like. You can literally click on the text and then come into the text area, either search or if you have Canva Pro, I highly recommend you take 10-15 minutes, put your most commonly used colors inside the brand kit. That's if you have Pro, okay? So I'm just going to click on this brown and turn it into purple. And at the bottom here it says change all, so I'm going to change all of those. And then where it's this kind of, I don't know, light tannish color, I'm going to change this to maybe like this blue and hit change all, just for my text, okay? For my social media icons, same thing. I'm going to click on this, which is now like a brown color, and then I'm going to go to colors and make this, which color do I want? I think I'm going to use the purple. Make this purple and then click change all. That makes it so you can easily change all instances of that color, okay? One of my favorite things. Okay, now find your photo. Love that page. QR codes are back in full force. Absolutely, everybody's using them. And I'm going to talk about different ways in which you can. Like literally, if you were to put your phone up right now to the screen and do this QR code, it would take you to, I think it would take you to my main website, right? But you don't just have to create QR codes for your main website. Number one. Number two, you'll notice that it's brown, similar to this template. You can change the colors. And for me, basically, number three, we're going to talk about how you can really make a page, as simple as this page is, like really rev it up and make it work for you, okay? So I'm going to go to uploads real quick, and I'm going to find a photo of me. So many photos. There's one that I'm looking for. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to just drag and drop that in there. Okay? Like so, like that. And then, of course, I can change the name, LaShonda Henry. Now, you don't have to use the fonts and you don't have to use the colors that are here. If you wanted to, this is a signature font. If you wanted to change it to something else, oftentimes I use another script font that I like is Brittany. If you want to change it to something else, you could. Obviously, that's huge, so I may even want to resize it as well, okay? Now, here's something very cool about Canva web pages. People go, well, where do I need to put this once it's done? Or how do I link to it, okay? And we're going to go through a lot of the basics today. So if I ever at some point say something that you're not clear about, ask me to repeat, okay? So I'm going to customize different things on this. But first, let's talk about how you actually make this a web page. Canva has special pages just for web pages. And you'll know because you see here at the top right corner, these two buttons. You're not going to see these on all the pages. For web pages, you will see the preview option and the publish option. So if I hit preview, right, it's going to show me what it looks like in desktop mode. And if I hit mobile, it's going to show me what it looks like on a mobile device. Now, you can turn off resize on mobile, and you can add a navigation bar if you want to. But these are features that you have the ability to turn on and turn off. So if I turn it off, it's going to look like this on a mobile screen. That's kind of small, so I like the resize on mobile so that you can see it clean and up front, okay? Now, if I say I want to publish this, and by the way, let me give this a name. So this is, let me do Sister Sense profile. Give it a name, then hit publish. When you publish, okay, it will explain to you, if you're doing this for the first time, that you can create a free domain. Mine is sistersense.my.canva.site, okay? You can create a free domain, but you can also purchase domains inside of Canva, or you can go to your hosting company of choice, purchase a domain through your hosting company, and then connect it to your Canva account. There are 3 things that you can do. Now, I'm on my iPad. The easier way to do this is not to do it on the mobile, but to do it on an actual computer, laptop, desktop, Chrome, whatever, an actual computer, so you can see the feature of editing your domain, okay? Some features you don't, like you can see the setup of free, but to do a paid domain where you can purchase a domain through Canva, that you have to do on an actual desktop, okay? Now, let's say I do this for free. I use the free domain. I'm going to do it 2 ways. I'm going to do Sister Sense profile. Okay? I'm going to do the free domain first, and then hit publish website and show you what that looks like. It's a pretty simple process. It really just takes a couple of seconds. Let me open it up and show you what that looks like here. Okay? Now, this is the Sister Sense free Canva domain. So at the very bottom, it says Design with Canva. It's simple. It's clean. It doesn't take up a lot of space. If you do just want to use the free version to create pages, you can. If you get a domain, though, you can take that feature off. Okay? So let me take that feature off. I'm going to go over to Edit Design. Once you publish, you can't edit anything unless you hit that button to edit design, okay? I'm going to go to publish again, and instead of using the Canva free domain, I also bought a domain. So I went onto my hosting company website. I bought this domain for like $3, sistersense.site, and then I connected it to my Canva account. It didn't take me more than maybe 20, 30 minutes to do so, right? So for this one, I'm going to put Sister Sense profile and then hit republish. So it's going to be the same page, except now it no longer is going to have that branded Canva logo at the bottom. Okay? So it's going to be very clean for my branding purposes. Okay? Now, here's the thing about this particular QR code page, right? So you can pull it up on your phone, you're at an event, you can say, hey, here's my digital business card, scan this, and it'll take them wherever you want to take them, right? Now, I started off with my photo, information about me, and then my QR code takes you right now to Sister Sense, okay? So like I said, my hubby, literally, I think it was maybe a month or 2 ago, he was like, do I have to download an app to scan QR codes? And I was like, no, it's a feature on your camera. All you have to do is go to your app, the camera app on your phone. I don't know if you even know this, but you just go to the camera app on your phone and like you're taking a picture and then put it in front of any QR code and it will literally activate it so you can get the link. That's, back in the day, I didn't even know that. Back in the day, I was downloading QR code apps, scanners, where you can literally just do it from the camera on your phone. Not sure if you knew that. But let's say you have a product. You could do this and set this page up for a QR code landing page for a product. So I'm going to come back here. Okay. And I am going to change my QR code. So I've launched what I'm calling Pretty Easy Pages, which is my new collection, right? And that is here, sistersense.com/Pretty Easy Pages. So I'm going to create a QR code that is going to take people here, number one, and I want that QR code to be purple, number two. So let's do that. If you're not familiar, you can create QR codes inside of Canva. So what you're going to do is go to the app icon on the left side, and once that's open, you're going to look for the QR code app. If you don't see it, you can search for it. I usually see it here, but for some reason I'm not seeing it. It's usually like one of the most common ones, but let me just type in QR. There we go. Okay, now I want my QR code to be purple, so I'm going to click on that purple and actually click on the color wheel so that I can get the actual code for that color, okay? That'll be important in a second. Now I'm going to open, put the link to what QR code, the page I want to go to. So that's going to be http://sistersense.com/PEP, which stands for Pretty Easy Pages. Now, if I just hit generate code, it'll give me a QR code. The standard QR codes are white and black. I want mine to be my custom purple, so I'm going to customize it. I want the background color, to be white and the foreground color to be my purple. Okay. Now, there are a lot of platforms out there. There are even platforms that will charge you to make a QR code, and literally you can make them inside of your Canva account. I don't know how many of you know that. Out of curiosity, feel free to let me know. I'm going to hit generate code. There you go. Okay. So number one, I'm going to replace that one with this one. Now, here's the thing. You can usually, when it comes to Canva, you can add elements and put them wherever you want. It doesn't quite work that way when it comes to Canva pages, because how the page shows up, especially when you design a mobile page, changes drastically if you move things around too crazily. If you do it, you could try it and test it, and you'll see sometimes it doesn't quite look right because there's a certain way you have to set your pages up. And if you don't know how to do it, that's why getting a template really comes in handy. So, for example, I can't put this here. Let's out of curiosity, okay? I'm going to put that right there real quick and then hit preview, okay? This is mobile. That's in the middle. Even though I turned on mobile, it completely broke the design. If I move that, let's say I move that here, and then I go preview mobile, now it looks the way it needs to look. So there are certain style templates when you do them in Canva pages that you really want to stick with where things are in the template, because you could end up kind of breaking the design if you don't move things around correctly, okay? Hey, Faye. For those of you who are just coming on in here, let me just quickly reset the room. Right now we are editing the first style page that I gave out, which is the QR code, digital business code landing page. If you want to get this template, write this down. You're going to go to sistersense.com/CPTD. If somebody could put that into the chat box for me, that would be great. CP for Canva Pages, TD for Template Download. Canva Pages Template Download, CPTD, and it'll take you here to open up this digital business code, digital business / QR code page. Tongue tied. Okay, so you see I've got my old QR code here, and then I've got my new one, right? Just because I put the new one on top of the old one is still there. I'm not going to delete it just yet. I want to keep the old one just so that I could put it in the right spot. the exact same spot the other one is. But let me show you something that you can do, because you should delete the other one, right? I'm going to go to the very top. I'm going to click on the QR code, and I'm going to click on position. When I'm looking on position, I'm going to click on layers. This is going to show me every single element on this page. If I scroll down, I can't see it anymore because the purple one is on top of the brown one, right? But if I look at the layers, I can see the other one and then delete it, okay? So now I'm linking to my new page for Pretty Easy Pages, okay? Now, let me show you something cool. I am going to, as a CPTD. Thanks for dropping that into the chat for me, Sherry. So I am going to take one of my graphics for Pretty Easy Pages. So let's go to projects. Got it? Just let me know. Those of you just coming on in here, let me know you got that template. I am going to come in here and then maybe grab this one and then drop it into this little thing right here, okay? So what does that mean? While technically the main purpose of this page is to use it to create a personal digital business card for yourself, when you're embedding your QR code, you could also create, and you can create as many of these as you want, right? Keep in mind, right? So you could also use it to link to special pages that you want to be able to promote. So I could change this to Pretty Easy Pages, and I can do easy to edit Canva templates, okay, that I can share with my audience. Now, I don't necessarily have to use the circle, and because it's cutting off, first let me show you what it looks like with this circle, okay? This is what it looks like. But that is like a little example of what the templates look. It's one template. There are a bunch of them, but that's one template, right? What if I wanted to use a square? Right now, that's a circular frame. I'm going to go to Elements. I'm going to scroll down to Frames, and instead I'm going to use a square frame. But again, don't go too crazy with adding stuff, because when you want it to be mobile, if you don't know what you're doing, you can kind of screw up the template. But it's relatively straightforward to change from a circle frame, which is what I had, to a square frame. And now I'm going to add back any of these template graphics, really. I think I'm going to add this one, the one that I had before. So again, you could use this page to either promote yourself or an offer, okay? And then here I will hit preview and show you what that looks like. So let's go back to Pretty Easy Pages real quick. And when you have too many tabbies, you've got too many tabbies open. Okay, here we go. So number one, as I mentioned before, this is a new collection of templates, and my goal is to get to the first 50. I'm halfway there, and then to get to 100, hopefully before this year ends. Being able to create your digital business card is one thing, and then being able to add a QR code to it, another. Using it not just for your own personal brand, but even to promote individual pages is something that you can do, number one. Number two, the last time we did a training on Canva pages, I showed you all how to customize this one, where you could promote products, okay? I'm not going to edit this one because there's so many of them to edit, and I do want to teach you basic editing if you don't know how to edit a Canva website, but I did want to show you this one here. And those of you who are in the Sister Sense Circle, you have this template from the last training, okay? The next one that we are going to edit today is, let me go back to my slides so I don't forget, is the presentation template, okay? So let's talk about presentations. Let me ask you, where do you upload your videos? I like to upload mine to YouTube and then unlist them. Some of my clients like to upload their training, their videos to Vimeo. What platform do you use to upload your video content? What I'm going to do is open up the presentation template, okay, and here it is. Those of you who are active Sister Sense Circle members, go to the email you got today. Click the link that says watch the replays, download this template, let me know if you got it, okay? If you hit preview, you can see what it looks like as a preview. Now, one of the easiest things to do is when you are looking at your Canva design, all you need to do is, if you have the YouTube link, literally paste the link into your template and the video player will show up. It's very cool. So let me show you how to do that. First, I'm going to make a copy because I don't want to edit the actual template itself. Okay. And now that I've made a copy of this template, number two, I'm going to go and get a YouTube video. So I'm just going to grab a YouTube video real quick. And as I'm watching this video, all I have to do is click the share option and copy the link, okay? So either you can just copy it from the web browser in your computer when you're looking at the video in the web browser, or if you're using the YouTube app like I am, you would go to the share button and then copy the link, okay? Now I'm going to go into Canva right here, okay? And I am going to paste. I literally just hit paste, and it automatically embedded the YouTube video inside of my page. You could do this in any Canva you create, but obviously if you were to make a Canva document, like a PDF document, the video would not play. It has to be an interactive page, like a slide, or in this case, a website, right? So I could literally just take this video, and like I said, I always like to put it on top of what's there so I know that I can size it using the little circles, size it exactly to fit the template, and then go to position, layers, look for that old video, and then delete it. Okay? Now, if I click on this video, you see right here I can edit the link, or I can click this, which means duplicate. Now I have two of these. I'm just going to take this one and drag it right here and size it like so, like that, and then delete the other one. Okay? Now, let me show you what this looks like. So this is a free masterclass, how to set up web pages in Canva. Right here it says your logo. Let me go to my logos folder. Logos. projects, folders, logos. Why can't I find it? Brand. All right, here we go. In my brand kit, grab my Sister Sense logo, put that in the corner, like so, like that. Just going to pinch and zoom, and then hit preview. So a lot of times when you are working on editing your page, clicking the preview option will show you what it looks like on a desktop, and then what you want to do is click the little mobile option to show you what it will look like on a mobile device. Okay? Now, there are, with quick PowerPoint, let me know if you have any questions. I've given you two versions of this, okay? Let's say you want this version with the full video at the very top of your page, and you don't want this one, but you don't quite want to delete it. I clicked on Grid View, which is this little icon here at the top, or sorry, the bottom right. Clicked on Grid View and then use the eye to hide the first slide. So now when I hit publish, or rather when I hit preview, you're going to see, the first thing you're going to see is going to be that video at the very top. Okay? So this is, if you have a video and you want to create a page where you could say, oh, go to this page and watch this video, you could do this in, again, less than an hour, depending upon how fast you are. Could be, 10, 15 minutes, right? So right here, I could just say Canva pages, a little description, and click here. So let's work on that. Let's come here, and I'm going to say set up web pages in Canva. Watch this training. Download the Pretty Easy Pages templates collection. Review the types of pages that you want to put together, and then check in with me if you have any questions. Be sure to email LaShonda. I'm just randomly writing at sistersense@gmail.com, right? So then I can put here Pretty Easy Pages. Now let's turn that into a link. Okay, let's turn that into a link. First, I'm going to go to my sales page. I think Sherry had mentioned she wants to work on sales pages. We'll talk about that in a second if I don't forget. Let's go to Pretty Easy Pages, right? So this is sistersense.com/PEP. Now, Pretty Easy Pages is 3 different collections. The first collection is for the profile pages. There are 9 profile styles in there. It's $9. Those of you who are inside of the Sister Sense Circle, just click on this month's trainings. It's already in there for you. So those of you in the circle, you have the mini version of Pretty Easy Pages inside of your account, okay? And also inside of this training. And if you got your email today with the training, then inside that you have the mini collection, which has all the profile pages, and also it has 1 bonus page, and I'll talk about that in a second. So if I want to make this page a link, what I'm going to do is come here, click the square box in the back. See these 3 dots? These 3 dots open up the menu. If I was on a desktop computer, you would just right mouse click to open up the menu. Because I'm on my mobile, I have to click the 3 dots. You're going to look for the link option and then insert the link that you want people to go to. Okay, now I just activated a link for the square. In front of the square, there is text. Okay. Oh, ooh, girl. I am editing the wrong document. Let me close this out real quick. I was like, this isn't right. Something looks off. I'm editing the wrong document. Here we go. So this one, I'm going to click the square in the back, activate the link, number 1. Click the text box in the front, activate the link, number 2. I don't like underline, so I'm going to click the text and delete the underline by just clicking on the U icon at the top. And those links are now active. The bottom here, I can also say meet LaShonda and do the same things. These are all links. I have one for your website, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and your email. You don't need all of these. You can delete them and you can change them out. So let's say instead of Twitter, that one's the old Twitter icon, right? Let's say you don't want that one and you want to come here, you want to go to Elements and you want to search. Let's say that you are looking for, what's an icon that I might want to put there? I might want to put voice graphics. Okay. So why might I want something like this? A lot of people send me voice messages, and I'll go to this website, send me a voice message, right? So you could change these buttons to whatever you like, or you can search for logos. When you have Canva Pro, you have access to more elements. The free one, you do get free elements, but they are limited, number 1. And then number 2, when you put Pro elements in the free one, then you may have to spend, like, on average, maybe like $3 to $10, depending upon how many paid elements you put into your file. So to be honest with you, it's just, to me, more budget friendly to just pay for Canva Pro. But it's up to you. You could always try it out through me over at sistersense.com/JCanva for Join Canva. Okay, so if I were to basically hit publish, do I want to hit publish? Yeah, I'll hit publish. So if I hit publish on this, and then I go to sistersense.site, and then I put in Canva pages, or let's say CP to make it simple. CP and then publish. Okay, so let's open this bad boy up. So if you were to write this down, sistersense.site, not .com, .site, sistersense.site/CP, you'd be able to come here and you could press play and watch the video, number 1. It's an embedded YouTube video, okay? So fully functional YouTube video. Then you can scroll down, read the text, and then fully functional button. If you go, ooh, I want to get these pretty page templates, tell me all about it, there's an active button in here, okay? So this is a clean version of basically a page where you could go and then share your training, right? So, for example, there are a lot of entrepreneurs that I'm always seeing on Facebook, and they're like, today I'm going to teach you 6 ways to fill in the blank, right? Sign up to my presentation. And then once you sign up, they take you to a page to watch the presentation. This is the page, right? You don't have to spend a lot of money on all these other fancy platforms with all these crazy doohickeys and bell whistles and all this kind of stuff that you may not need. You may just need a page where you can embed the video, put a little text, and add some buttons. Now, in this case, let's go back to the template real quick. I added one call to action button. But if I wanted to add, I always forget this. Once you publish, you cannot edit. So I have to hit edit design to be able to come in here and start to make changes, okay? If you want to, you can add on buttons, or even say this section right here, if you wanted to, you could duplicate this section, okay? If you wanted to do that as well. Or if you just wanted buttons and you didn't want that, you could basically, I'm going to just group this real quick, copy it, and then maybe do something like this to add 2 more buttons. And they can say whatever you want to say. You can even resize a section as well, which is what I'm doing right now, just kind of dragging, dropping, added some buttons to this, and make it your own. Like I said, there are things that you can do as far as editing the content. You do want to be mindful, though, that when it's in mobile view, if you go too crazy with where you put stuff, it may slightly throw off your design. Just keep that, in the back of your mind. But you do have options. And like I said, in this case, I went with the bigger video. You see that this version is there. I haven't deleted it. I just didn't use it. So if I go to grid mode, I just basically hid the first slide, so it starts with the next one. You could just delete it too, but if you don't want to, you have that option. So I'm going to check the chat to see, number 1, if you have any questions for me. And number 2, let's go back to the presentation real quick so that we can talk about. Now, if you can imagine, there are lots of different style pages as part of the Pretty Pages collection. Again, those of you who are actively in the Sister Sense Circle, you do get 10 templates. Go to the archive for this month, and you can click on the Pretty Easy Pages Mini, and you have 10 templates in there waiting for you, okay? If you did want to sign up to Pretty Easy Pages or see all of them, you can just go to the website for that, right? Working on a page with your digital business information and your QR code, number 1. Working on a page where you could showcase your presentation of a video you've put together, that is also something you can do, number 2. Now, what I want to be able to do is to first check what you guys have to say in the chat and see if you have any questions for me. And then I'm going to talk to you about how you can do even more as far as editing Canva and also creating different types of pages, okay? So I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Could you connect this to your .com site? Yes, you can. You can connect it to any domain you have. So either you can purchase a domain and then follow Canva. Canva has like a how-to page. Follow the details on the how-to page to connect it. If you have somebody like myself on your team, I can do it for you. Or literally on a desktop, when you're publishing the page, when it says what domain do you want to use, you could literally buy a domain inside of Canva. And so you don't have to worry about doing the techie stuff, because if you buy the domain from inside of Canva, it'll basically have it set up to your account. Mostly YouTube. I think I want to sue Vimeo for my corporate stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of my clients use Vimeo. I've never had anybody have issues with them, but that's definitely a story there. What is the advantage of sending your audience to another site? What is the advantage of sending your audience to another site? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. The reason why I have different domains, 2 main reasons. Number 1, if I build a version of my brand somewhere else, I may need a domain for that account. So for example, my shop is on Shopify. So my main website is sistersense.com, but my Shopify is sistersense.shop. I bought sistersense.site so that I had my own domain for any pages I create in Canva. So I guess for me, if that is the question you're asking, for me, one of the benefits is if you want to keep your brand name, but if you build sites on different platforms and you want the brand name to be consistent, you could use custom domains for that. When it comes to Canva pages, there are so many benefits, but again, if you are a non-techie, if you want to put together a clean, functional page, but with not crazy features. So you cannot use Canva to, create an email list or to create a buy now button page, but you can link to other pages that you have. So a lot of people are disorganized and they have stuff on so many different platforms. They're using this one for their PayHip. They're using this one for their calls. They're using, like, how many of you are using multiple stuff so you have many pages on like 5 or 6 different places? Being able to have them consolidated somewhere without needing somebody to set it up or without needing to pay for hosting in addition to building the website, to me, these are some of the benefits of having these sites outside of your main site. Hopefully that's the question you were asking. Yeah, that site is just the one that I chose because it was $3. It was literally $2.99. So, I mean, there's so many different ones. I have a .me, there's .org, there's, .com, .net, there's just so many of them. Some of them are more expensive than others, but it just so happened that the .site was $2.99, so I jumped on it. Great questions, by the way. Feel free to check in if you have any additional questions for me, okay? Now, one of the things that I wanted you to be able to do was to have a central space to spotlight your article content. So article marketing is so important so that you can share your credibility. We've been talking about sharing your content on medium.com. Hopefully you're on Medium. If you are somebody like myself who's a writer, it's a great place to drive traffic to your website. Or maybe you are posting some really great things on your Facebook page or your Instagram page. Maybe you have partnered with someone, you're publishing guest articles on their website. HuffingtonPost.com, for example, is a platform on which you can post content, provided, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's approved, right? You're posting stuff that's in line with what they are looking for, or even on your own blog, right? So being able to spotlight articles that really showcase your information that people will go, oh my God, this is so great, and then drive them to your products, your services. Having a post page, to me, is also helpful if you don't already also have a blog, okay? So let's talk about this, the post page. Oh, there are actually two versions. No, there are 3 versions. There are many versions. So the post page, here's version 3.0. Let's just kind of take a look at it. Okay, so I wanted to set things up that were clean, that were comparable to major well-known publications online, that all you needed to do was to drag and drop your content in, write a little blurb, and then activate the link, okay? This one is the Post Template 3.0 version. You can have different categories, so you notice here it says business, lifestyle, entertainment. You could put your title and then write, now, there are 2 ways that you could use something like this, to be quite honest with you. Either you can write a little description, a little blurb, and then link it to like your Instagram, your Facebook, or your blog, for example. Or this could just be a micro post where you share something, and it could be like, here is your action step for today, or here's your, note to self or word of encouragement. Get creative with being able to create value without necessarily feeling like you have to write a dissertation for people, right? You can create something shorter. This is also useful if you want to, let's say, for example, you have Instagram, but you can't link individual content pieces on Instagram. But you could create something that's clickable as an alternative and then put that link in your bio, right? This particular template allows you to add multiple posts. Then you can even insert special banners and even set up a section where you can give people the ability to sign up to your newsletter. Now, do not confuse this. You cannot embed a newsletter sign-up form in here. You cannot. But you can make this a clickable button. So if somebody reads this and they click the button, it'll take them to the sign-up form. Okay? It's about getting creative. How can you take these very graphic, heavy, customizable pages and use the simple links or the simple embeds to really make something that can work for you and for your customers too, right? Now, this is one of the latest versions of the post template. And if you have questions about my bundle, I can let you know where what is. But those of you who have I believe it's let me go back to the presentation slide real quick. Canva posts. Okay, so active Sister Sense Circle members, if you go to mini, you do get a mini post template, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now, we're going to customize it. We're going to add a navigation to it, and this is in the mega bundle. But let's take a look at the mini, and that is I'm going to find it. I have so many tabbies open. That is, here we go, posts. So let's demo it first. So I think I showed this to you before. If you want to be able to create, this is posts version 1.0. The one I just showed you was the 3.0 version. And those of you who have the mini template bundle, they have this one in it. The mega bundle has this plus all versions of them. Let's edit this one in particular. I'm going to go back to my library. So if you sign up to Pretty Easy Pages, whether you get the mini template, which has 10 templates in there, or the mega, which is going to eventually have 100 templates in there. It's going to be big. Either way, it looks like this. So you get a page that looks like this, and then you can either demo the templates to see what they look like real time, or you can download them. So I'm going to show you how you can edit the post template. I'm going to use that one now. I think I made nope, didn't make a copy. Make a copy. Okay, so let's go into Canva Basics for a second. And so let's do boss newsletter. So I know that I changed this one, and I'm not using the original. And then let's go back into the basics. I want you to be able to, number one, get as much Canva beginner setup recommendations that I can share with you today. But I also want you to highlight questions that you have. Like as a beginner, if you are creating a Canva page and you're trying to edit those pages, what kind of questions do you have? Take this opportunity to ask, okay? So far, I showed you how to preview a page, publish a page, add on a domain, mobile, passwords, Not terribly complicated. It's actually underneath, if we go back here, the page that I was just customizing. So when you have 1,000 tabs, this is what happens when you have 1,000 tabs open. Okay, let me just do this one. So if I were to go to publish, right, and then I go to publish settings, number one, you can add a description, so you can make your page SEO friendly. Number two, you can go to advanced settings, and you can password protect the page. This is especially useful if you only want certain people who either paid you or signed up to something specific to be able to get access to whatever is on that page. You can password protect it. You can even add a preview image and make sure that if you did want it to be visible to search engines, you can turn that feature on as well. And this is what you see when you hit publish settings. Other than customizing the domain, being able to edit the publish settings, advanced settings, that's here, okay? And then anytime you update, you always want to hit that republish website button again to make sure that your edits took, okay? We talked about changing colors and fonts, adding elements, setting up QR codes, using the position option to see where your layers are. We talked about sections, hiding them. You can duplicate them, create new ones. We even talked about video embeds and links. Let's talk about navigation, okay? So I am going to work on my post template, and I'm going to do a couple of things. So the template's called the No. I'm going to call it my boss news you can use, okay? Simple enough. Now, I am going to do simple edits. First, let me show you how you can add a navigation to this. So this is going to be my featured story, number one. Then I'm going to click on right here where it says notes. You see this little icon with the pencil? You can add notes. I'm going to give this page a title. So I'm going to put featured, number one. This one actually says top story, right? So I'm going to click on the title and change this to top story. You'll see why I'm doing this in just a second. Then I want to duplicate this section. I want to do another one like this. Then I'm going to turn this into watch now. And then come here and change this to watch now. Then this one here where it says highlight, I'm going to change this to highlights. And let me come out of this real quick so you can see exactly where I went to find that information. When you click on a section, if you click on the add notes icon, where it says add a page title is where you can name it wherever you want, okay? Now, if I wanted to publish this, I'm going to go to publish, and then I'm going to click the option include navigation. When you give you don't have to do it for every single section, but if you give certain sections a title, if you create a navigation bar, those titles will be added to the navigation as links. So I'm going to use my own domain, and then I'm going to call this boss, and then hit publish. Yay! So if I come here to, well, I don't have to write it, but I'll write it. sistasense.site/boss. Okay, here it is. And now if I click on top story, it'll take me to top story. If I click on watch now, if I click on highlights, and they're already here on the page. So it's not, technically it doesn't have to move very far because it's already here on the page, okay? And you can add different navigations to this at the top, okay? Now, let me show you what would happen if you add, so I'm going to do several of these. I'm not going to do so much the editing that I just did already because you know how to drag and drop photos in and change text and fonts. You don't need me to do that right now. But what I will do is duplicate this a few times to show you watch now. So, or, yeah, watch or video. Let's duplicate this. Video challenge, and then come here and change that to challenge. Then let's duplicate this again. Business. Change this to business. Let's duplicate this again. Let's do sales. Change this to sales. I'm trying to do a few of them because when you get to a certain point, if you've got a lot of options in the menu, then it's going to minimize it and make it a mobile menu. I don't think I have enough. I think it's still going to span the top here. Yeah, I'd have to put like a bunch of them across. Once it can't fit anymore, basically at the top, it'll give you that little menu with the 3 dashes. I was trying to get there, but I'd have to add a whole lot more to this. But if you were to actually go to sistasense.site/boss on your phone, it would definitely do that because it's not enough room on the phone for all of these mobilely, right? So if I were to click on business, it'll jump down to where it says business. Click on watch now, it'll jump down to where it says video. So this is how you could easily create a navigation bar and add content as you go, okay? This is simple, light web pages, so it's not going to take forever to load, and it's not going to feel heavy or bogged down with a lot of code and extra stuff. What's also great about this, like I said, is if you just want to have simple, short, little, you don't have to do a traditional post with 3, 5, 10 paragraphs, little blurbs, or if you want to then take this and link it to somewhere else, you can certainly do that, okay? So if you do have any questions for me, feel free to let me know. But I wanted to be able to show you that there are quite a few different types of pages that you could put together using this very platform, so you do have options, okay? We never want to be without options. So, brain dump. Outside of me sharing some of these basic Canva page editing features, I want you to sit down and brain dump your bio, brain dump any important text that you want to include, whether it be not just about you, but about different products that you offer. Brain dump your social media. What does that mean? That means you create a document, go to your Instagram, go to your YouTube, go to your Pinterest, get all your social media links so they're in one document. So when you're going to, either you can create a Canva page from scratch, but like I said, I did create several of these templates for you. You could just plug your links and your text into the template, keep it popping, keep it pushing, keep it moving, okay? But a lot of times people will have the template open and they kind of go back and forth. Copy this link, put it in the template. Copy that link, put it in the template. Like, just create a clean document with the main things that you need. Maybe you want to get a list of links in a document. So before you even go and plug them into the template, you have links to the important pages that you want people to see. Your website, your sales pages, your landing pages. If you want to do the QR code page or the digital business card, your address, your website, your phone number. These are just, it's simple, trust me. But a lot of times people will look at a template or they're working on something and they just kind of they get completely overwhelmed. Keep it simple, do it in parts, put your stuff in a document first, and then build from there, okay? Feel free, number one, if you do have any final questions about the business side of things as a beginner, like things as far as editing is concerned, ask questions now. Number two, I will actually take you over to Pretty Easy Pages as we wrap up for today. The digital business card, I gave you guys a free template today. Grab it, those of you listening live. If you're on the replay side, it may or may not work because things change, opportunities expire. There are 3 versions of Pretty Easy Pages. Those of you who are active Sister Sense Circle members, you do have the 10 templates inside of the mini bundle, okay? So grab that. Let me know if you got it. It's inside of the training for Canva pages. So when you go to our Canva pages training, those of you in the Sister Sense Circle, in there you'll see a link to this template collection, the mini version. Now, if you're not an active Sister Sense Circle member, but you're watching, you can try out the circle because every month I have different trainings to help you work on your money, marketing, and sales. If you would like to try out the circle, I'm currently doing half off membership at sistersense.com/trial, TRIAL. Okay, so you can try it out, see if it's a good fit for you. Otherwise, I'll definitely share with you more about the Pretty Easy Pages. There's the mini, the mighty, and the mega bundles, and you can see exactly what's in each bundle when you go to sistersense.com/PEP. So I'm going to check the chat to see what you guys have to say to me, share with you some final recommendations, and then, of course, keep you posted when it comes to the next thing that we have on the schedule. By the way, if you haven't already done so, you can go over to sistersense.com/DTC. That stands for Download the Calendar. So every month I update that doc so you can see what we're actually doing in the Sister Sense Circle this month on a week-by-week basis. And you can check out what's happening this month at sistersense.com/DTC. All your stuff in one place. What a novel idea. I need that organization in my life. It helps. It helps. Faye says, hey, Faye, so good to see you here today. Faye says, I can place my LinkedIn weekly article. Yes, I love that. Because I was talking about if you have stuff on Instagram or your blog, but you are actively, the career professionals out there, actively posting on LinkedIn, right? So that you can create one of these pages. Now, 2 things about those pages in particular that I think are pretty cool. Not only can you just highlight stuff like the most current stuff, you can make as many of these pages as you want, and you can make them based on themes. So you can say, okay, here are all the articles that I talked about, how you can, update your resume, right? These are all the articles I talked about, how you can, improve your skills as a management leader, right? Because some of these platforms kind of give you just like a big, long feed, and people have to scroll. Like, think about it. On Instagram, if you wanted to show people something that you did like last year in January, you got to scroll. You got to scroll down and find that link. Using something like this, you can create a themed page for special articles or posts and then share different post link pages based on theme. Trust me, there's so many ways for you to do this, but I definitely want you to be able to have these resources so you don't always have to say, hey, can you help me with Squarespace? Can you help me with Shopify? Can you help me with WordPress? all you really need to do is to use these pages to consolidate what you already have. So I'm going to do a couple of things. Number one, first thing is screenshot what you see here, okay? Setting up your Canva page. I said I want you to brain dump your text, your images, your links, what are the things that when you edit your pages you need? Where are your photos, right? What icons do you want to edit and add as far as like your social media icons or your business digital card icons? What offers do you want to showcase? What colors do you want to use? I'm a web designer, so if you know your colors, great. If you don't, you can always go to your web designer. Here's one of my favorite tools, okay? Oh, I can't show it to you. I use Chrome, and on my laptop, I use, you know how you can add on extensions to Chrome? There's one called the Color Picker tool. And literally, I could just scroll through the website, and it will pick out the color and tell me what it is. Or you can Google Color Picker tool and literally put in an image, and it will show you the colors. You can do that on Canva as well, believe it or not. So like when I am, let's find one of these pages here. Okay, this is like one of my favorites. This is a part of the mega bundle. Let's say I was like, ooh, I like that orange. What color is that? What I can do is, okay, let me hit refresh real quick because I'm not getting my buttons. And it's possible I'm not getting my buttons because I've got like a ton of windows open. Let me see if I could open up another one. Okay, I'll do this one. So if I click on that purple, right, and then I go to the color wheel, it will tell me exactly what the code is for that specific shade of purple. What if I go, you know what? I'm going to use an image. Let me go to Elements real quick and find an image that I use all the time. I absolutely love this picture, right? If I click on the color wheel, it will show me the colors that are in this picture, which is so cool. So if I wanted to, let's say, change this title to a color from that photo, I could, so that the branding is consistent, right? Or I can say, you know what, give me this text right here. I want this text to be, click on the color tool, and there's the color picker option. Of course, because I'm on my iPad, I can't see certain things. Okay, I'm gonna move from the web browser to the app real quick. There are certain features that are there, but I'm in my web browser on my iPad, so it might not be visible. Let me go to, you go back to that document, but inside of the app. File. I'm looking at my boss newsletter. Okay. Okay, I changed this one. All right. So let's say the background, it's just very light gray. Instead, I wanted it to be something else. Okay, now, you see this little thing right here? This is the picker color from your design. I literally can scroll the design and use this color picker tool to scroll over things and go, I think I want it to be that green, and then hit done. So you can pick and pull out colors from the picture. You can find apps like that via a quick Google search, but that feature is also available to you inside of Canva. These are some just interesting Canva basics. If you don't know, now you know. And I didn't mention before, but obviously you can change the background. I can hit change all, and you can change this to basically look however you want it to look as far as your color scheme is concerned. Like, it really is up to you how you want to brand these and make them your own. Okay? So let's go back to the presentation, and we are going to wrap up our session for today. I will continue to share different Canva page tutorials with you, but I did want to make sure that you had a template to start with, or actually several templates to start with, and you knew the basics of editing your Canva pages. Okay? So we're going to talk about this page real quick, but first let me take you over to sistasense.com/DEP for pretty easy pages. Okay? So there are several versions that you can access. The mini version has 10 templates in there, okay? And you see these little blue buttons. When you click on them, you can literally demo the templates. There are 9 profile templates. These are buttons to the first 3 versions of them. Then there's the Mighty version, and that one includes 20 templates. Wait, no. Mighty includes 14 templates. You have the pages templates, you have the post template, and if you want to see what these things look like, you just have to click the little blue buttons to see the demos, okay? And then the Mega, my goal is to have 50 in there as soon as possible and work my way towards 100. You can just sign up for the templates that are currently in the bundle, or you can sign up for everything that's in there plus all the other Canva page templates that I create this year. Now, there are different types of templates I create, some for digital products, some for marketing, some for social media. Last month, I did a whole set of templates for Reels that you can post on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. These are specifically to build web pages in Canva. So when it comes to this template collection, my goal is to have 100 templates for web pages in Canva, okay? Separate from my template hub, which has 100 templates, but they're broken into 10 different categories: event planning, digital products, print-on-demand products. There is a Canva page section in there, but this is like beefing it up, taking it to a whole other level, right? And as I showed you before, when you sign up, if you decide to sign up, the mini version is $9. So you get 10 templates in the 9 plus a bonus one in the smallest version, or you can go up from there. And then when you sign up, you're going to basically get access to a if I find it. You're going to get access to a library like this. This is a web page that I built in Canva. It's a little library where you can see all the templates in your collection, and you can use them and or demo them to see which ones are the ones for you. There are a few. Oh, Sherry, you were saying you wanted to create a sales page, right? So here's a good one for that. This is the product page template. So let me just show you what that looks like in demo. So being able to put together a clean sales page where it's broken up into sections. You don't have to use all of these sections. You can just basically focus on the ones that are important to you and then duplicate the ones that you want. Okay, so this is the products template. You can have like core highlighted sections. You can integrate testimonials. You can have like, photo in the background, call to action, break it up, quotes, add scene on where you have different logos, mock-ups. You can add mock-ups in here as well. A little pricing chart. I remember when I was building websites and pricing charts became like a thing, and you'd have to spend so much money to get like a plug-in to do pricing charts, right? So all of these things are in here. You can put testimonials for your clients. You can add an FAQ section, and of course your author information. My goal is that I have at least 10 of these variations of sales pages, but I'm starting off with a few so I could get the collection in your hands. And then if you do decide to get the Mega Plus, that collection is basically everything that's in here right now plus everything I produce for this calendar year, pages-wise, okay? So again, there are different types of templates you can produce for marketing or for products. These are specifically for web pages. There is one that I think, as we talk about trainings, oh, let me hit the back button. As we talk about pages, this one is a landing page. So some of these templates are for sales pages, some are for landing pages. Now, as I mentioned before, while you can't give people the ability to sign up to an email list through Canva, you could link to it, right? You could say, click here, and then if you built your email list in ConvertKit, they could go to your ConvertKit page and sign up, fill out the sign-up form, right? So this is mainly about clean, simple pages that you can produce and then link to other pages. And in some instances, this is very valuable because I use ConvertKit a lot, right? And let's say if I were to take you over to sistersense.com / okay, so sistersense.com / fresh start. Here's a page that I created. It's a product page. It's in ConvertKit. I can add as much text as I want, but to be honest with you, if you want this sales page to stay clean, you kind of want to keep the amount of text that you add to a certain amount. If it gets too long on the right side, then it makes this side super, super stretched. Because of that, if you could just build out a separate sales page and say all the things you want to say and then link to a purchase page, to me, that's an alternative to feeling like you have to put everything in here and stretch it out. Let me show you a great example of that. One of my clients, Cynthia, okay, she has a tea that she's hosting here in North Carolina next month, and we set her purchase page up in ConvertKit, right? Now, here is the purchase page. To keep it very simple, there's not a lot of text on this side. This is really and truly for the person who's like, yep, I'm ready. They hit here, they buy, right? But there's a lot that she wanted to share about the event. So I helped her build out a sales page where she could showcase, and we did this in ConvertKit, but I'm building out a lot of these sales pages in Canva because there are instances where you want to create a special sales page with a lot of information, but you don't want to have to build it from scratch. Or you don't want to build it on your payment platform because you don't know how, or it's not enough space, it doesn't look like the way you want it to look. There are a lot of reasons why you may want something else. And so, you know, putting a gallery of photos, being able to break down when it's happening, how much it is, who this event is for, showcasing her, and also showcasing her speakers. This is all on one page. And then when somebody's ready to register and they hit that Buy Now button, that's when they come here and they can make a purchase. So you don't always have to put everything inside of that purchase page if you feel like, let's be honest, it's not doing everything you want it to do. Another example of that is, and I think Donia had a great question. She was like, you know, what are the benefits of using certain pages or when, right? Not sure if I fully answered your question, but that kind of got me thinking. For example, Lavon, she has several webinars that she has hosted, and if we go over to Did we take it away? I can't remember. Okay. Several webinars she's hosted, but also new products, right? And she sells a lot of her stuff on the PayHip platform, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it's a great platform. It's got a lot of cool features, but then there are times when she wants to create a sales page that is more customized, and it doesn't look like what she can do in PayHip is just not enough, right? So being able to build out a landing page here that takes people to the payment page here when they're ready is just the key here. That's the goal here. So you may find that there are instances where whatever platform you're using to actually process the payments, you like it, it's good enough, but you want something else to be able to, on a deeper level, customize and put together a more detailed sales page, okay? So keep in mind at this point, as I mentioned before, the goal here is to be able to know that you can do some basic features when it comes to setting up in Canva. Hopefully the beginner basics are clear to you now, number one. Number two, see that there are several templates I've created for you and have coming up in the pipeline that you can literally tap into right now to help you create these different types of pages. And of course, check in with me if you need additional support. Some of my clients have extended calls with me where we, for 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2-3 hours, sit down and work on this stuff together. Or you say, hey, LaShonda, set it up, I make it happen, and I do it for you. So I do also offer done with you and done for you support services. Is even if you get the template and you want somebody else to kind of zhuzh it for you, I got you. Those are additional services to keep in mind. I just mentioned my client Cynthia. We have every single week, we have a standing call. She's a part of my Insider Circle program. So every week, Wednesdays at 10, that is our 60-minute time block. For clients who are looking for that kind of support where every week I help you stay on task, where there is a certain designated day and time that you and I work together. If you would like to learn more about the On Task Support series, then you can check in with me and I can send you more details about that. And again, it's very similar to having a clarity call or an implementation session, but it is a designated time. Because to be honest with you, some of you, it's not that you're not getting to where you want to be in the time you want to. There's not enough organization and structure to keep you on task. And those clients that I have that they check in with me and we're having calls every week, if not every other week, they stay on task and they get things done. And I want you to be able to be one of those people, right? So if that's something you're struggling with and you want some ongoing support, at least 60 minutes a week, and you know this particular time and day, it's you and me, you got your implementation, you got your clarity, do check in if you need that additional support as well, okay? So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you guys do. Definitely feel free to share what you've created with me, number one. Number two, if you've been looking at certain website designs and either you don't know how to use that platform, you can't afford it, or you just are curious, if you would like to recommend some pages to me that and say, hey, LaShonda, could you turn this into a Canva page? I can see what I can do, either to turn that into a custom personalized project for you and put that into your Canva account and or add it to my template collection, depending upon, you know, what the design is, right, and how feasible that particular project is. So definitely be on the lookout for more templates, but like I said, there are over 24 templates, 25 templates currently inside the biggest bundle, which is the Mega Plus. And then it starts at the Mini, which is 10 templates, and there are 10 in there for $9. All righty, my dears, that is it for today. Go plug, go publish, go play, create your amazing. Start creating some Canva pages. Let me know what you produce. Share them in our Facebook group over at firestarters.sistersense.com and or check in with me privately, whether it be via email. You can always email sistersense@gmail.com. Or when you're on the citizensense.com website, click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. Till next time, take care. Mwah. Bye. You missed it. No worries. I'll make sure to have the replay up within the hour, okay? So just go back to whatever email you got from me, click on replays, and I'll make sure that you can see this replay within the next 30 minutes to an hour. All right. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Catch you on the replay side. Take care. Bye.